Welcome to the Curse of the Abandoned Farmhouse story. Before listening to the story, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you. This story takes place in a small, isolated town in America. On the outskirts of the town, there is a large forested area with an abandoned farmhouse that has been deserted for years. The farmhouse has become the subject of chilling rumors among the townsfolk. According to legend, a family lived there in the 1930s, and they all disappeared one night. However, no one dares to enter the house, for it is said that something waits inside, a dark entity. A group of teenagers decides to visit this farmhouse that they have long been curious about. Although the eerie appearance of the house and the dark, silent forest make them uneasy, they eventually gather their courage and step inside. The leader of the group, Jack, is brave and determined. Although the others are anxious, they step inside thanks to his courage. Inside the house, every room is filled with old furniture, broken items, and dust-covered belongings. The air is heavy and oppressive, making it hard to breathe. A photograph hanging on the wall catches their attention, a black and white picture of the missing family. But something seems strange. The eyes of the family in the photo seem to be following them. At that moment, they hear a strange sound, a whispering female voice. As the group moves towards the direction of the sound, the temperature in the rooms suddenly drops, and each of them feels a deep chill. Jack suddenly sees a shadow pass swiftly in front of him. Shortly after, they are startled by the creaking of a door behind them. When they turn around, they see the door slowly closing.
Sarah, one of the group, approaches a mirror in the room, and a cold breath envelops her face. Instead of seeing her own reflection, another woman's face appears. The woman looks at Sarah with a sorrowful expression, then screams and vanishes. The entire group panics and wants to flee outside, but the doors won't open.
The group becomes trapped inside the house as strange noises and eerie shadows begin to swirl around them. As each of them confronts their own nightmare, they notice a door with the words "No Escape" written in blood. While Jack searches for a solution, he finds a chest. Inside it is an old diary. As he reads the diary, he learns that a ritual was performed here, and the family was cursed by an entity during this ritual. At one point, a voice whispers in Sarah's ear, "You will become one of them." The entity haunting them inside the house now makes its presence felt. The group realizes that the entity is trying to separate them, causing them to lose trust in each other. After a while, Jack thinks that the only way to get the group out is to break the curse. He finds an old text in the diary and decides to read it. As they start reading the text, the dark entity in the house becomes more pronounced. They are surrounded by screams from every room, the cries of suffering souls, and shadows reflecting on the walls. Sarah turns to Jack for a moment and says, "We can only break this curse at a price." Jack is bewildered, but Sarah's voice gradually changes, transforming into the voice of the entity that haunts them. Just as Jack is about to give up, he gathers his courage and continues reading the ancient text. When he reaches the end, the house is suddenly enveloped in a dark mist. When they open their eyes, they find themselves on the edge of the forest. However, there are no traces left around them. It's as if they never existed. As the camera pans away from them, the viewer sees Jack's silhouette in the window of the abandoned farmhouse among the shadows, as if he has stayed behind. The story ends with a striking silence,